Composition lecture. What is compositions? And rules 1 through 3. Viewpoint, rule of thirds, figure to ground. All right, let's see what we're going to learn today. First lecture. What is composition? You've heard the words, you've probably used the word, but have you ever applied it to photography? I love this image of the book. For us old people, brings back some memories. Since photography is the art of using the camera to create photographs of the real world around you, composition in photography involves positioning your camera in such a way that you could control what the viewer will see. The big idea, you want to control what a viewer sees when they look at your photographs. So how do we do this? First, you must learn the rules of composition. The following slides will offer 14 basic elements of photographic composition. Dive into a bit of why they work and how they work and how they were made. At the end of these slides, you will be asked to try these rules out for yourself. Woohoo, I love it. Okay, rule 1, viewpoint. Where are you photographing from? There's nothing more important to consider than the viewpoint or the position of your camera when you make photographs. The simplest of shifts make a huge impact on the image making. Simply moving a few inches to the left or to the right, or getting low to the ground, photographing from above. These changes the vantage point, the perspective, what you include in your frame and what you exclude, all of it. So here's one at eye level. Gordon Parks, Emerging Man, Harlem, 1952. Take, for instance, Gordon Parks' image, Emerging Man, Harlem, from 1952. When you photograph people, think of your camera as an eye to another person, because ultimately the viewer will be staring at the image. When your camera is positioned to look someone in the eye, you and your audience are metaphorically seeing them eye to eye. You are on their level, at the same level of power. If you were to make the same photograph, but take the image from above, you would not be locking eyes with your subject in the image, and thus we would not be emotionally connecting to the person in the photograph. Here's a bird's eye view close. So up on top, we're looking in. That's interesting. Alejandro Carpullers, 2011. Alejandro's Carpullers gives us a bird's eye view, looking at things from above, like we see here, gives us an objective or factual experience of the subjects in the same frame. We see facts laid out in front of us, and as a result, there isn't quite as much emotion in the image. It's also a unique perspective, one we are not accustomed to seeing. Bird's eye from far. Edward Burchinsky, Sawmills, #1, Lagos, Lagos, Nigeria, 2016. Zooming out even further, we have an image by Brunski Sawmills, number 1, Lagos, Nigeria. Brunski's image is from a very far out vantage point, so far out that it takes the viewer a while to discern that what they're seeing aren't just shapes, but rather the results of the sawmills across a landscape of Nigeria. This perspective is again very unique, but the message is complicated. How can something so destructive as logging also be so beautiful? Yeah, I had trouble figuring out what that was. Sidestepped. Oh. I remember that place. The Leaning Tower of Pisa. Martin Parr, Pisa, Italy, from the series Small World, 1987 to 1994. Martin Parr's Pisa, Italy, from the series Small World, is a wonderful, humorous example of what happens when you thoughtfully step to the side and take a photograph. If he were to align the tourists with the tower, then we would see a typical tourist photograph, and trying just a few steps and taking a few steps to the left, he's instead showing us how silly these tourists look in posing for the stereotypical tourist shot at the Tower of Pisa. And I have one of these. That is so funny. I love it. From below. Oh, Jennifer has taught me these shots. William Eggleston, Memphis, 1969. That is a good year. Photographing from under Eggleston has created a larger than life tricycle in his image, Memphis. What's the effect of this? Well, we can think of this as a kid's eye view showing the importance of a tricycle to a kid, but also the perspective that a child might have when approaching the tricycle. That's really good. Optical illusions. I like this one. Wow. Andre Geertz, 1935. Geertz is a master of optical illusions in his work. From this image dive gives us two unique figures, the figure of a diver in action and the figure of a shadow of a diver. It takes a moment to really see what's happening in this photograph. It is a darkroom trick. Wait, is it a darkroom trick? No, it's just a matter of where he stood to take the photo. Wow, that's talent. So this is all for Rule 1 viewpoint. I think I have a better understanding of it.